and welcome to Witness. I'm Rida Fakhri. The largest prison population in the world is in the United States. In places like North Lawndale in Chicago, there are large communities of young African-American men, many of whom have either been in prison themselves or know someone close to them who has. Once released, these ex-convicts remain at risk because there are few jobs and precious little support to help them break the cycle. In their thought-provoking film, directors Ernie Park and Michael Graziano introduce us to a unique program that offers one way out for some of these men. A transition program designed to help another community that is itself at risk. A program that offers both a chance for a sweet beginning.
It's heartbreaking to see an entire community fall apart before your eyes, and you can really see that inside of a bee colony. You can see the collapse of an entire organization.
Oh, she's doing great.
I've done it a couple of times now. Sweet Beginnings was looking for a general manager at just about the time I knew that I needed to be doing something totally different. I couldn't articulate it at the time, but I think I really was curious about former offenders. The North Lawndale community is blighted and underserved, to say the least. 57% of the residents of North Lawndale in their lifetime will have a brush with the law.
Route 12, Roosevelt to Central.
Introduce myself formally to you. My name is Holly Blackwell. I'm the general manager of Sweet Beginnings, LLC, which is the social enterprise of the North Lawndale Employment Network. We are a business. We are a business that has job training, and we are a transitional job business. So this position is temporary, as you probably already know.
I'm not trying to be going back and forth to jail for the rest of my life. I'm glad I learned early, you know, I got an early experience, so now I understand what I don't want to go through, knowing what I want to turn my life into.
Right.
So,
right.
I'm ready to be a hard-working man now.
Nice to meet you, Hilda. Good luck. I grew up in a biracial family. My mom is African American, and my father is white. And my mom was actually one of the first black females to attend private college in Mississippi. She was the first black person to integrate her high school. And we were, for about 10 years, like upper middle class, and, had everything we wanted in the world. And unfortunately, my father discovered illegal ways to make money fast. And so as a result of some of his actions, he was incarcerated on and off for over a decade. And my mother, unfortunately, fell into a serious drug addiction for 13 years.
Gilbert?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, John. Yeah, John. Deontay. Hey, Deontay.
And
Now,
Daryl.
I'm not going to remember these names.
Swain.
Next week I do. I'm going to take this frame out just for now. Now, if a bee sits on you, just leave it go or just brush it off gently.
Job is done. So,
yeah. You feel like you get stuck with a needle. The first pinch.
Why did they come out so active like that?
Because you disturb the hive. See what I'm saying?
As it is in a community that isn't faced with such dire circumstances as North Lawndale, some people are cut out for work, some people are cut out for school, some people are cut out for both, but you want to have people be adept in as many skills as possible so that they can survive. I mean, the issue really is survival when you're talking about someone with a felony background, because so many odds are stacked against them.
What y'all gonna do to school today, Marshall? What y'all gonna do in school today?
Celebrate all the great dads who help mom by bringing it on every day. Celebrate the strong bond between dads and daughters. The contest
when I was in prison, I used to like really think like my baby girl, you know what I'm saying? She getting old and she really, you know, attached to me. She really, that little girl, you know, just like, you know, daddy's little girl, you know, serious. That's my heart, you know, and she, you know, I've been in her life since she was in her mama's stomach, you know, and that's all she know is mama and daddy, you know, and for me to have been gone away from her, that really, like, it hurted me, you know, it really did, you know, and, you know, I gotta start fresh.
I wish I could have the kids listen to me out here, but they don't want to listen.
You know how it be, you know. Everybody feel, okay, if he can get it, I can get it, you know?
Right. And they
just don't know what comes with it.
Now.
Just
Man, I be seeing like, look, 14, 15-year-olds out there working joints now.
10-year-old, what is 11-year-old? They be 14, they be 10 now.
As an American, you want the house, you want the American dream. You want a house and a car. And if you grow up in a community like North Lawndale, you still have that dream. And we demand fairly fiercely that people understand that without a paycheck or without skills, without a resume, the future is very bleak.
Metamorphosis is egg hatches into a larva. Larva grows into a pupa. Pupa is then capped over with a porous wax cap. The queen lays the eggs, and the young bees, as they hatch out, they take care and they raise the young. So in other words, the bees are always being raised by a sibling.
I was about to say, does bees come out knowing everything, or they teach them once they come out? The bees has already been there, teach the new bees everything.
That's correct. Yep. When they find a new nectar source, they'll tell the other bees where it is, and they do that by production of the cell. A colony of bees is actually a living organism made up of thousands of worker bees and a few hundred drones and one queen. But they all work together. They all have jobs at different times in their life. And I think that the ex-offenders can really take something away with them, with that example of how a colony all works together.
Eucalyptus. Watch how pro do it.
Eucalyptus.
So that's all that is.
We do hand assembly and hand manufacturing. That's going to be helpful for some people. The teamwork side of that is probably a more marketable skill than saying, I know how to make a lotion. In terms of honey, is that all done?
Yeah, we just got done with it.
Y'all are amazing.
That's all the honey.
You're amazing. How many grams
So
of
still
quality?
write down, even if it got messed up, how many labels?
Precisely. It's the second part of your quality control piece. When you're doing work readiness training and you're trying to support someone in being able to handle life and moving out of poverty, then there are certain things that you just really need to know how to do.
If you want just like 3 different jobs that you do at 2 beginnings, and then we'll work on making them sound really good once we're done with putting them down, okay? All natural ingredients into body products, into body care.
Our business is coupled with a nonprofit organization that does coaching for individuals, and so we understand the need to communicate personal needs even in the employment setting, because we're doing training, not simply trying to make a buck.
PRO. DUC. TION.
What I want you to do is to get very, very familiar with the computer. How have you been doing so far?
Oh, well, not too good because actually this is my first time ever.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
But
So,
I know how to email now.
okay. So basically what I'm trying to do is get you set up. So once you leave here and you move beyond, because you're not going to always have a workforce coach, okay? You're a young guy, right? Have you ever lived on your own?
No.
Okay, is that what the goal is, to get your own apartment?
Yes, and
okay.
get my education up.
Get your education, so we're working on education and GED, and I have a list of GED places as well.
I look up at my wife because, you know, when she was younger, you know, she used to be high, you know, smoke and smoke weed. And but when she had her daughters, she been clean for 20 years. So,
okay. So she's a good support system.
Yeah.
Before I started this program, I had a negative outlook on things as far as my background concerned.
Okay.
And the door been slammed in my face so many times, I just gave up on looking for jobs, you know.
Okay.
So it was really a blessing to be able to start this program, you know. And it's been working out pretty good for me.
And another thing got me scared. I ain't scared of bees no more. You know,
well, that's a good thing.
And now I'm free. I go out there and feed them, change their boxes and everything.
Join me again after the break here on Witness. Welcome back to Witness. In the North Lawndale area of Chicago, two communities are working together, ex-cons and a colony of bees, working together to create an unusual but effective way forward for both.
Attending an event like the Chicago Fair Trade Day is extremely important for several reasons. It's very important to expose Sweet Beginnings trainees to the broader Chicago community and see people really start to get comfortable. And I've noticed that people just, these light bulbs start going off. It's like, wow, I really do know a product. I really do know how to sell this. I really am working. I really am making a difference. I'm selling something. I'm making money. And this stranger who I would never in a million years interact with is listening to me.
Handmade or?
Yes, we make
How long does it last?
Oh, wow.
Yes, we have our own bees. Right?
You mean like on your hands or?
We also have
lasts all day.
natural 100% honey.
I hear that a lot.
This is my record.
I said, good morning, Sweet Beginnings, Swing Picking. What was the stutter in that?
Yeah, you saying it.
Good morning, Sweet Beginnings, Swing Picking. I'm gonna help you.
He just be all down.
Check it out.
You talk too slow when you be talking. You say, good morning.
Hey, he be trying to holler.
This is Demetrius speaking. This is Sweet Beginnings.
He sound like he trying to holler.
Look, they've been hung up by the time.
I talk like that.
He said, good morning.
Are any of our other consultants on our liability statements, do they belong there? And there's also a spot here that allows some people understand it on the level of, if I don't do this, then I'm going to go back exactly where I came from, and I'm not going back there because I don't want to be reincarcerated. Some people don't understand it like that, and some people don't understand it at all, and we've had a handful of people who are simply just not ready to make a change, to get to work, to want to improve skills. And we've seen them, you know, go back to their old lifestyles.
Hey, we still got B class going on, guys. Hey, we still got B class going on.
We'll talk, bro.
You got a half hour yet. Come on.
Okay.
See that with the red?
Yeah. Right, this is red pollen right here. This bee's got red pollen. I don't know where it's coming from. If there were a lot of bees clustered in there, I wouldn't take it out, but this is good. Now, here's what you can do is pry this up a little bit. Why don't you hold it? Look at all that brood there, okay? What chapter are you guys going to read for next week?
Hey, chapter 5 and chapter 8.
Chapter 8 mostly.
Most importantly. I'll read both of them.
By the time that people reach me, they're on the way back into the society. They just don't have a job. And with a record, with an incarceration record, they're just not going to get one unless they get trained. Beekeeping is a nice interim job for them. They're only there about 3 months. Sure, they're going to go on to other jobs, and that's the purpose of all this, is just to But they got to be trained in some job, and what better job would it be than working with bees?
Thank you. Do I have yours down here?
I want my name.
Okay. Thank you. These will be shared with your workforce development coach, which is Carter Rivers. Will you turn the video off? During the final couple of weeks of Sweet Beginnings, the coaching aspect from the nonprofit side of the house becomes heightened because some of them, not all of them, become worried about what's next. Some people have done their homework and know where they're going next, and some people don't know what's happening.
Okay.
Get it done.
Okay. Okay.
He talks to me.
No, it was Colzette.
Even when I drive, he comes and it's like he greets me every day when I'm getting into my.
Maybe he just hates you. Because he's clearly like, oh, yeah. It's really funny. Yeah.
He wants some oregano. Just like the people who've come through have nowhere to go. Like the people who've come through like live in transitional housing too. It's like you're working a transitional job.
You're in transitional housing. You don't know where you're going next. You don't know if you're going to be able to get a job, and then you won't be able to find housing.
It's very scary for
me. I mean,
people.
especially depending on what people's background is specifically, but.
Background, family support.
Right.
Education.
Age.
Age. Big time.
Yeah.
That's it, one more. No. I'll be in the living room.
When I finish out this on July, then I guess I'm gonna keep searching for some jobs and go to the temp agents, you know, where I used to go before.
There you go.
Because from there, they can send me to a place and I can get a steady job from them after I work a month or so. So that's the plan for now because it's kind of rough out there right now. And I gotta do something. As long as we got food on the table and pay the bills and the rent, we'll be okay. We don't, no.
We're not luxury.
Yeah. We don't ask for too much. Just, you know.
I really need to keep a job, because I know I'd be okay, you know? I can deal with making $3 every 2 weeks, because I can eat, you know, I ain't got to worry about going to jail, I ain't got to worry about nothing, just get up and go to work every day.
What's at stake for people is that they might be really, really hard workers and not have any intention of ever going back to jail. And they might be good people morally, but they might not be able to do an interview. It's heartbreaking. Greenwood? Come Greenwood. If you have any questions about your check, come see me immediately after lunch. That means 1:30 on the dot. Your last day was the 12th, correct?
The 12th was what?
May the 12th?
That was a Tuesday, yeah.
Come over here. Let me show you what this is. Okay, so everyone that transitions out fills this out. This is the exact same language that was in the code of conduct that you signed when you first came on. So if you want to read over it, if you have any questions, I'm sitting right here.
Do I sign or just write my name?
Sign it.
Okay.
Darker. This is a little bit darker. And it's still good though. That gives it some extra flavor. This gives you a variety of flavor in that one batch. And you can also slice up instead of down. Up like that.
Oh, yeah.
See, like that? That's good.
Oh, this is nice, honey.
That's
I haven't seen it like this since Puerto Rico.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that we want to, as a training program, to make things simple for people and for ourselves even, because it's so challenging to do the work, to say this person's a worker or this person's a queen or this, you know, to make it really cut and dry. And we often forget that maybe some of the people coming through our program or some of the people who live in the North Lawndale community at large aren't a part of the colony at all. We want so badly for everyone to be a worker bee because we want people to survive.
North Lawndale, once a hub of industrial activity and manufacturing, today sees roughly 57% of the population go into the criminal justice system. A problem desperately difficult to crack, but at least there are now some sweet beginnings. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time on Witness.